Yay Networks.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans. This is my hot, hunky husband. Emphasis on hot because he just got in from walking the dogs outside, but he's also cute. Alan Evans.
Hey, train in the house. It's
it
very hot and
got
humid.
hot overnight, didn't it?
Oh, man. Me and Zonut and Larry went for a 3-mile walk. Got back about
Really?
10 minutes ago.
Did you? Oh, gosh, that's so hot.
I'm stinky.
Well, we've been complaining. It's been raining and cloudy and miserable for a week and a half. And the first day we're like, oh, it's too hot when the sun comes out. There's no satisfying us, God. There's no satisfying us. Whatever weather you give us, we find a way to complain.
True, but I'm hoping this keeps up because we're having a big Memorial Day bash at Evans Manor this weekend.
Yeah, the annual bash is back.
The
after
annual
taking
bash
a hiatus
is back. Yes.
with everybody else in 2020.
We were hiding from coronavirus last year.
But now we ain't scared.
We ain't scared. We're having I don't know, how many people are coming?
I really don't know.
Well, you have an
I have to
Evite,
go.
right?
I know. I have to go look. I don't
Well,
remember.
is it 5, 10, 15? How many?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
It's not too terribly many. And we're all going to be outside, and it's going to be fun.
Well, Jeffrey was asking, and I said, I have no idea who or how many.
Just show up and have a good time, babe.
Okay. Well, that's
That's all you have to
that's
worry
what
about.
I'll do.
It's also Memorial Day weekend. You know, this is the last podcast we have before. Oh, we're going to have to record another one because we usually record on Monday nights. That's going to be Memorial Day. So we'll have to record another one. We'll figure it out. We'll work this
Maybe
out.
we'll record poolside.
This is stuff no,
Why?
absolutely not.
Too lewd.
I don't want to risk that.
What could we risk? What do you mean?
Well, just embarrassing ourselves, and that's not appropriate.
It's not
we'll see.
appropriate.
We'll see what happens.
I
We'll
think
make
it would
a
be.
game day
I think it would be
decision.
very appropriate.
We'll make a game day decision, but we will make it off the podcast. I will tell you that. So anyway, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate it. It's going to be a bit of an abbreviated podcast. I hate to tell you that right out the
Wow.
gate, but it's only because
What are you jipping the listener for?
Well, we have an abbreviated schedule because our son has a baseball game tonight.
yes.
And it was a makeup from a rain delay. So
I mean, the season that will never end.
right, but I think this is it.
This is like the Metallica song, "The Day That Will Never Come."
I think this is it for one son's baseball career. for
Sorry,
this
the day that
season.
never comes.
I don't know.
Something like that.
And then we have another game tomorrow, another makeup game.
Cole plays tomorrow.
Yeah. So we got to squeeze it all in.
Dill plays tonight.
But then there'll be something else. There's always something
absolutely.
else.
Absolutely.
I didn't do squat when I was a kid. I watched a lot of game shows on TV, soap operas every day because my parents worked. I'd open a can of Chef Boyardee and heat it up. That's what I did every day. And then I got about 13 years old, I guess, and then I started going to work. My parents had a shoe store.
Mm-hmm.
So I never did sports or any activities as the kids do these days.
You should have played basketball.
I was terrible at
Yeah,
it.
but you could have been the enforcer. You could have just gone in there and flopped around and then
No.
fouled somebody and then
No,
come back out.
I'm not physically confrontational at all.
Boy, you got that right.
Yeah, and I don't like the idea of something hitting me in the face. I've said it repeatedly. Height was always on my side, and I think that was a bit intimidating, which kept me out of a lot of scuffles when I was younger. And I did talk a lot. I had talked a good game.
You did?
I was bossy.
Talk a lot?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get my brother to
You
tell us
used
some
to
stories.
talk a lot?
I mean, as far as getting into arguments and stuff with
Oh.
other kids.
Oh, okay.
I talked a good game.
Yeah, but as far as physical confrontation, if Kelly's folding clothes on the king bed with the Helix mattress, hashtag not an ad, and I run at her in slow motion to tackle her,
I don't like that.
she just crumbles. She doesn't even resist. She doesn't stiff arm me or straight arm me, nothing. She just
No.
gives up.
Well, if I resist, bad things can happen. And the couple
And then
of
Zoe
times,
jumps up.
And the couple of times I do react, I end up scratching the tint on your car, and so it's best just to accept it.
I noticed that today, by the way, because my car is like 100% clean. I was out there
Except for
messing with
that.
it today. Yeah, I just noticed those two little platinum diamond imprints on my window.
Sorry, you scared me, and I reacted.
We told the story on a podcast, maybe, I don't know, 20 podcasts ago. So if you're new to the game, go back and listen. There's
Go
all
find
kinds of arguments you'll hear us get into.
Go find it. That wasn't really an argument because
No.
we have realized that really wasn't my fault. We did determine that, didn't we?
Well, I mean, does everybody start flailing their arms when they get scared?
Some people do when they're
Okay.
frightened. A woman sitting alone in a car in a dark gas station parking lot.
All right, Raspberry,
Anyway,
what are we going to talk about here?
Listen, I found a couple of news articles that are very interesting that I want to talk about. So I hope you all find them interesting as well. You know, the restrictions are being lifted. People are, out celebrating again and going out to eat at restaurants. By the way, please have patience if you go out to restaurants. There have been news articles written about this. This is a real serious situation. Nobody's wanting to go back to work. So a lot of these restaurant jobs, they don't get paid a lot. They're tip driven. And a lot of people are finding, I sit at home and make more money sitting at home than I do getting back out in the workforce. So it's a lot
Collecting that stimmy check.
So it's a lot of these young kids and teenagers who are coming into the workforce for the first time. A lot of teenagers that have never worked one of those machines before, those touch screen, and they're being trained really quickly and thrown out on the floor. And so your service is not going to be great at some of these chain restaurants, but you just got to love them through it.
Was it ever great at the chain restaurants?
No, I've had great service before, but they're learning the system. Like Alan and I went out with them at Kellie.
Oh, that poor a-hole.
Don't call him an a-hole. He was a kid. He was a teenage kid.
Well, I don't know how old he was.
He was a teenager.
He was sweating profusely.
He was stressed to the max. The manager's running around.
I'm not calling him an a-hole like he was an a-hole. That's like that. I use that as like dude, that a-hole.
A-hole implies that he was rude and a jerk.
No.
Why would you just call anybody an a-hole if they're not a rude jerk?
Because that's what I do. I call everyone an
right.
a-hole.
Well, come up with another word.
I sing, the world is filled with a-holes.
Come up with another word because he was trying, and I felt bad for him, and the manager's running around. But, that's just the way it is.
You think the kid was Senor Big Tip or Senor Small Tip on that guy?
I hope you were reasonable and just gave him a regular tip.
Well, he didn't bring the food. That's kind of a big deal.
It took a while. He probably entered it incorrectly. You did not tip him, did you?
No, I tipped him.
We've got to show some sympathy for these kids because they're trying really hard.
No, I tipped him.
And if we're all stiffing them on the tips, they're going to say, screw this. I don't need to work. They're going to leave. And
I don't think I've ever stiffed anybody on a tip.
I'm just saying, we've had that happen with the restaurant we invest in where people just leave.
Yeah, I know.
And
true that.
They pay them very well. I mean, above what is typical going rate for wait staff. And they pay them bonuses. And they still, it's just so hard. So that's my little PSA, all right?
So your PSA is what?
But I was leading into something else.
Be kind?
Be just a little bit more sympathetic if you're going out to eat. Be thankful you're out to eat, but understand it might not be the best service ever.
So don't get into Bodo with your wait staff right now.
Especially a kid. They're just they're trying. If they're trying. Now, if they've got a bad attitude and they're not trying, you have like that guy when we went to that one restaurant, he's like, oh, well.
I'll be back in a minute.
Be back later. See you, dude. It was awful.
Do you need hot water? Yeah, I'll get it.
But this is leading me into my part 2 because a lot of people are now traveling more. Airlines never shut down completely. There was still air travel during the pandemic. It was just a lot less, right?
Yeah, I traveled certain places.
But I don't know if you saw the news. We haven't been watching it as much on TV, but I saw this story online about what happened on a Southwest Airlines flight a few days ago. Did you see the flight attendant that got attacked by a passenger?
Passenger gave her the 5-finger knuckle shuffle.
So
what the hell?
It was a female passenger.
And then she just sat back down like it was no big deal.
So because she'd been in, here's what happened. From what we're gathering from eyewitnesses and from the flight attendant's report and from what Southwest Airlines is saying. This flight attendant, a flight from Sacramento to San Diego, she kept telling this one female passenger, you need to buckle your seatbelt. And when they were, all the whole issue there, and they were getting ready to land, you need to put up your tray, as they all do. Now, I'll be honest. No adult likes being told what to do. Nobody does. But they're just doing their job. For whatever reason, that tray table is standing between you and safety if there's a fiery crash.
Yep.
Just, you know what? Just put the tray table up. Just buckle your seatbelt. We're just all trying to land. Because then you got this situation where that woman decided she didn't like the way she was spoken to. She didn't like being told what to do, and she was going to show her. I had the same thing happen the last time I flew. The woman sitting across the aisle from me, the flight attendant had to tell her to put her seat back up. It's an upright position. Had to tell her repeatedly to put her mask back on. Had to repeatedly tell her to put her tray table up. She was just trying to cause trouble.
Trying to stick it to the man, huh? Yeah.
That's what happened here.
Okay.
But as they were coming into land, apparently things got heated. There was a verbal exchange. That female passenger punched the flight attendant in her face, left her face bleeding, and knocked out 2 of her teeth.
Did she punch her or slap her?
Punched her, from what I slap or punch. It knocked out 2 teeth.
She punched her.
So and so
Wow.
they escort her off the plane. They immediately arrest her. They charge her with battery causing serious bodily injury. Although she's claiming self-defense.
So the flight attendant attacked her? That's how you claim self-defense.
So that's what's happening.
Come on, man.
Here's the deal. Now the flight attendants union is saying we've got to do something. They're asking for more federal air marshals on the planes because what happens is, passengers have had to intervene in some cases and hold somebody until they land and then the police can come on board.
Mm-hmm.
And, they have these plainclothes air marshals. Maybe they need to start having fully dressed, I got a stun gun, I'm going to take care of business air marshals sitting there to keep this stuff from getting so out of hand. The union president, the flight attendants union president, said that on Southwest Airlines flights alone, this is just Southwest, between April 8th and May 15th, about a month, give or take, 477 incidents of misconduct by passengers. The FAA said so far this year, and we're just coming out of May, airlines have reported 2,500 incidents with unruly passengers. These are not full flights either. These are still, we're not back up to full capacity here yet.
So I bet a lot of this is put your mask on.
A lot of it. 1,900 cases are passengers refusing to wear masks. It's my civil rights, whatever. It's federal law, and I've had some flight attendants that I was like, give me a second. Because you can drink your drink and you can put your mask back on. Before I could set my glass down and put my mask back on, I was being told. And I'm like, I don't like being told what to do. But I ain't going to cause a fit and throw it, we don't like it. That's just human nature. We don't like having our wrist slapped and being told what to do. But you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so federal law required it. 1,900 of those 2,500 incidents were about face masks. The FAA is also seeking civil penalties against 5 of these bozos because it got so bad, totaling almost $55,000. And that's behavior ranging from refusing to wear a mask to assaulting a flight attendant. And that's not including this last number. So most airlines are training their flight attendants to de-escalate the tense situations, right? But what they are saying is these tactics aren't working anymore. People are angry. People are just getting more bold in their voices, which leads to the fists start flying. And now Southwest Airlines is getting ready to add back in alcohol sales. And when you add a guy who's mad that somebody told him what to do with alcohol, you got a bad combination. So now they're asking for no more alcohol to be sold on planes.
Can I make a suggestion?
What?
Isn't airline air, and if you're in the airline industry, correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard this on different news sources, isn't the air in an airplane some of the cleanest air you can breathe?
Well, now it is.
Okay. Isn't it cleaner than the air in your home or in a restaurant or at a Walmart? Why don't they just let the people who want to wear masks and who don't feel safe because there might be coronavirus floating around in the airplane wear a damn mask?
Well, we're getting to that point, right?
And then if you don't want to wear one because you're over it, then don't wear a mask. But you're not going to belittle the guy who wants to wear a mask. Wear a mask if you want to wear a mask. But I think the people are getting spun up when somebody tells them you have to wear a mask.
Because they're doing their job, because that is the law.
I get it. I get that they're doing their job, but that's why the people are getting spun up.
Yeah, but that's not the forum for it. Take it up with your local politicians who are changing laws and stuff like that. But when you're just dealing with a flight, now sometimes, let's be honest, no matter what your job is, you get a jerk waiter, a jerk teacher, you get a jerk Sunday school teacher. My mom had to move me out of a Sunday school teacher's class because she was such a jerk to me. And I mean, it happens. You get a jerk flight attendant. But right there in that moment, when you're on the flight, by citizens' refusal to wear a mask, I get it. I don't want to wear one either. But there's a time and place.
Let me be clear. I'm not saying that punching a flight attendant is cool. I'm just saying that, For the last year and a half,
I get
people
it.
have been told, wear the damn mask, wear the damn
I
mask.
get it.
Don't wear the mask, wear the mask. Wear 2 masks, wear 3 masks. Don't wear a mask.
Why are you yelling?
Well, because I'm getting spun up now.
See?
But it's like, what is the right thing to do? Everyone's heard all this conflicting information for a year and a half, and people are fed up with it. They're over it.
I hear
They're
you.
absolutely over it. So if you got somebody standing over you saying, wear the mask, wear the mask, wear the mask, you're like, I'm putting it on as fast as I can. I can see how that might escalate.
Right.
Now, is it cool to stand up and punch somebody in the face?
No.
Absolutely not.
But a lot of
But
people.
that's how this crap happens.
But you see how the people who have been trying to skirt the system, believe me, I am not this crazy mask wearing person. Believe me, read my DMs. But people that are like, oh, I'll just eat one nut at a time and chew slowly so they can keep their mask off. Those are the people that get told you need to put your mask back on. But I'm eating, and it escalates. There's always somebody that's stirring it up, Alan. And I'm a rule follower. I am.
Wouldn't
But if
freaking
you don't
John
like the
Kerry running
rules-
around without a mask on a flight in first class?
He took his mask off. He said he was drinking. I'm not going to argue each individual
Got me all
person.
spun up about
I'm
this
not going
stupid
to
thing
argue
now.
each individual person, but on the flight is not the place to take care of it. Or you'll end up in a huge fight escorted off by air marshals.
If it were me, I would just put it on, and I
Exactly.
wouldn't throw a big fit about it. I'm just
Exactly.
saying I can understand why some people are over it. I get it.
I get it.
understand it.
But you also have to understand flight attendants are just doing their job.
I understand that too.
And there is a law they're having to abide by.
I understand that too. The lady that punched the flight attendant should go to jail, or she should
Absolutely.
be fined, or whatever it is. She should not fly again, because that ain't cool. I mean, when you lose your cool, you got to keep your cool. You know, you can't be swinging your fist at somebody.
So in addition to asking them not to serve alcohol because alcohol is making it worse, they also, one of them suggesting, you know what they do when they kick somebody off a plane who's been disruptive? They just have them catch a flight later that evening after they've had time to calm down. They're like, no, ban that person. They want them banned from flights, and that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
If you get banned from every airline because you're the guy that's trying to make a stand, hey, some things are worth fighting for. Is that it?
So, yeah, some hills are worth dying on, others aren't. Are you gonna, if you go on every flight and don't wear your mask and they say put your mask on please and you refuse to do it, are you gonna be able to fly for the next year or two? Maybe not.
Yeah.
So you might just want to get with the program. But I get why people
are
are over
frustrated.
it and frustrated,
Right.
because they don't know. They've heard all this conflicting information about what the right thing to do is.
Well, part of me wishes I never brought that up because Alan was yelling.
I was not
We're going
yelling.
to move on to other subjects.
Have you heard me yell?
You
That
were
was not yelling.
You were yelling. and
I'll
you,
yell.
You made me feel unsafe. I'm kidding. All right, look, a lot of us avoided a lot of things during the pandemic, air travel being one of them, going to the doctor, another. I know personally, I didn't go for my annual physical. I was looking for an excuse not to go. But a lot of us, skip the regular dentist appointments, the eye doctor appointments. But, now that everything is opening back up, it's time to catch up on our regular health care. It's really important. But what if you don't have a regular doctor? What if you move to a new area and you don't know anybody and you really don't know the doctors? What if you need to see a specialist? You have no idea how to find the right one. And also, who takes your insurance? You have your problem solved right here with ZocDoc.
ZocDoc.
Download the free ZocDoc app. It's the easiest way to find a great doctor and instantly book an appointment. With ZocDoc, you can search for local doctors who take your insurance. You can also read verified patient reviews and book an appointment in person or by video chat. That's the new wave of doing these doctor's appointments. And you never have to wait on hold with a receptionist again. Whether you need a primary care physician, a dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, any specialist, ZocDoc has you covered. Go to ZocDoc.com. This is easy for me to say. ZocDoc.com/sandwich. Download the ZocDoc app. It's free to sign up. Every month, millions of people use ZocDoc as their go-to when they need to see a doctor because ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. I think about all the time and energy I wasted over the past several decades searching for new doctors before I knew about ZocDoc. But hey, now that we all know better, we're going to do better.
So now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/sandwich and download the ZocDoc app to sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor. Many are available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/sandwich.
All right. Moving on to my second interesting news story.
Oh, wow.
I don't
Okay.
think
Well,
you're going to yell about
I
this
guess,
one.
I guess I can't get my
I
content.
said I
in
had
then.
two.
Oh, okay.
You can get it in after that, but I said I had two news stories.
I'll bring it home for Jerome with
All right.
mine because it's not much.
So BBC News reported a father and son, they were at a museum in a suburb of Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona. And they noticed a smell coming from this gigantic papier-mâché stegosaurus that was on display.
A giant paper mache stegosaurus.
Yeah, and that papier-mâché is like cement, right? When they really put on all the glue
It's like,
and stuff.
it's like the stuff you put in your hair. It's like cement.
So the dad, they were like, what is that smell? So they get a little closer to it, and he notices a crack in the dinosaur's hollow leg, and he sees a body inside.
Whoa.
So he called the authorities. The police arrived. They identified this body as a 39-year-old man who had been reported missing by his family. I don't know how long they had. I don't know, but long enough for him to smell.
Oh, so it wasn't a skeleton. This was a decomposed corpse?
He was decomposing.
Whoa.
So
that's not the way I want to go.
Police are not saying how he got inside, but what they speculate is he had dropped his cell phone inside the statue. I'm imagining he was probably, people climb. You see those big horses outside of P.F. Chang's, and people try to climb statues and stuff and take selfies. This is what I'm envisioning, is he was probably trying to take a selfie with this papier-mâché stegosaurus and dropped his cell phone inside, probably the mouth, right? So he's trying to retrieve the cell phone, they speculate, when he fell inside, ended up in the hollow leg, hanging upside down where he was stuck. Couldn't reach the phone. Can't yell loud enough.
Can't hit the inside of the leg of the stegosaurus.
He's got stuck.
Oh,
and he died hanging upside down.
Oh, my. That is not the way one Walter A. Evans wants to piece out of this earth.
Firefighters had to come and cut the leg off to get the body out. They're doing an autopsy to determine, they want to make sure there were no drugs and alcohol involved, his cause of death.
Think they'll get penis length on that?
But no, Alan, that's insensitive.
Oh.
But the Stegosaurus no longer part of the display either.
Where was this?
Outside of Barcelona, Spain.
Good eye, mate.
There are so many incidents of people doing selfies and dying now. There was a boat. Did you see the boat that capsized? They were doing this big boat, and all these people rushed to the front of the boat, like 18 people, to do a selfie, and it caused the boat to capsize, and all these people drowned. People are going out to these cliffs hanging over canyons to get the perfect selfie. They end up falling off the cliff and dying. We got to stop. Who cares?
It's all about the gram. It's all about the gram, babe. You got to get it on the gram.
I'm just saying, this is just crazy. We need to be more careful with things like that. Granted, if I dropped my cell phone, I would probably want to get it back too. I don't know that I would necessarily crawl inside a giant statue.
I'm not going inside a statue.
I maybe would call maintenance and see if there was something they could do.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm not doing that. That would be, to me, that would be $1,000 idiot tax. I drop my phone down in there, and I ain't going in there to get it.
Yeah, I'm guessing his body when it went into the leg, caused the leg to crack. Being paper mache and probably some sort of stuff, and that's how they could see inside.
Well, and he probably
isn't that awful?
Well, yeah, and he just suffocated. He probably couldn't breathe down there.
Awful. All right.
Why did you bring that up?
Because I thought it was interesting.
That's macabre.
It's interesting, though.
That's macabre.
Well, cleanse our palates with your story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, you said I was horning in on your stuff.
No, I didn't say you were horning in on anything.
Did nobody else hear that?
I didn't
just me?
say I'm being misrepresented. I didn't say you were.
Just rewind 3 minutes.
Well, no, I didn't say you were horning in. I just
you didn't use that verbiage.
Verbiage. I just said I wanted to bring something up. So last podcast, you said something like, "This isn't a Barney podcast," and I was like, Barney? I haven't heard the name Barney in years.
Yeah.
You meant
we're not doing Barney.
We're not doing Barney.
Podcasts for kids. Yeah.
Right. And I guess the meaning was this Barney is like
family friendly.
Family friendly. Is he?
Well, the character is
not
necessarily the people who climb inside that purple costume.
Because
I know.
One Walter A. Evans was sent an article by one of our very best customers. The title of the article And this is from the Kansas City Star.
What year? This is an old story.
Well, it's timely because we talked about
we
Barney.
just mentioned Barney. Okay.
The title of the article is "The Guy Who Played Barney is Now a Tantric Sex Therapist for 30 Goddesses." So that intrigued me a little bit. There's a picture of Barney, the big purple dinosaur with the green stomach. In a new interview, we caught up with David Joyner, the man who played the lovable purple dinosaur Barney.
Now, you may be familiar with the last name Joyner because his brother is Tom Joyner, the famous radio personality, the one that used to fly from Dallas to Chicago every day. He did a shift in the morning in Dallas and a shift in the afternoon in Chicago.
Dime.
Well, that's what he did. He made a lot of money doing that.
Well, this is his brother. And we discovered that he's still all about the lovin'. 3 years after his Barney gig ended in 2001, Joyner became a tantric sex therapist and a spiritual healer. But now he wears way less clothing than a bulky 70-pound dinosaur getup for work. The 54-year-old Joyner charges female clients $350 for a 3 to 4 hour session.
Ooh.
That includes chakra balancing. Chakra balancing. Do you know what that is?
Chakras, isn't that like your energy source in your body? I've never done that. It's something like you got to get your chakras in line.
Oh.
And it's like your body's energy or something. And there's like a chakra. I'm really misspeaking here. There's like a chakra in your pelvis. There's a chakra in your chest. There's a chakra in your throat. There's all these energy sources, I think.
Okay, so chakra, not to be confused with the shocker.
Or Shaka Khan.
Right. This is not the shocker.
Shaka Khan.
This is the
Shaka Khan.
Chakra. You want to play King of Shocker?
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
No. The King of the Shocker. Like, there are different names for the Shocker.
Craig.
Not Craig Shocker. Oh. Okay. I can't. That's too lewd. I'll beat you. I'll beat you at that game, but it is way too lewd. Chakra balancing, a bath, a massage, and cosmic, mind-blowing orgasms.
Well,
the guy who used to sing, "I love you, you love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Bum, bum." I used to sing that to all the kids.
yeah. And clean up.
Now,
I forget everybody clean up.
Now he's doing mind-blowing orgasms. He has 30 clients. He calls them goddesses and unlocks the energy of 2 to 4 women a week.
Wow.
He has no male clients. Joyner was the star of Barney and Friends from 1991 to 2001. The show ended in 2010. When he left the show to move to Los Angeles, where he continued to act, he's been on Shameless, that 70s show, 24, The Young and the Restless. He also graduated from ITT Technical Institute and worked as a software analyst for TI. How about that?
He's just well-rounded.
He said he found a connection between being Barney and the meditative skills called upon in this slow form of sex that has roots in Buddhism and Hinduism. He used his Tantra training to survive the long, hot, sweaty days on set inside the Barney costume, where it could get up to 120 degrees. The focus helped him maintain what he called an abundance of joy.
Well, there you go. And now he's sharing joy and unlocking joy for women.
It sounds like he's a very spiritual guy, though. He talks a lot about how he used what he knows from Hinduism and Buddhism to get through doing those shows and to connect with the children spiritually.
I'm sure it's mind-numbing because it's not his voice. He's just the guy doing this inside a hot costume, waving his hands around and patting kids on the head and skipping. That's a big costume. I remember Emma Kellie loved Barney, as every child did, and Barney was at a Toys R Us, and I was able to get VIP access and backstage to meet the real Barney. And it was just the coolest. The picture of her, she's so excited. Her face is about to explode. She's just squealing. It's the cutest picture I've ever seen. And so, yeah, we had a little Barney moment.
Barney was beautiful, he told Business Insider. Barney was very, very good to me. I loved being Barney. I loved everything about being Barney, but that chapter is gone.
Yeah. What year did he end?
2001?
Okay, so that means Emma Kellie. Yeah, so it was before Emma Kellie met Barney. So she wasn't with that
Not
Barney.
this Barney.
With the next Barney.
Boy, what a gig. I bet he got paid really well to be Barney, too.
You know, somebody's paid really well to be the mascot for the Dallas Cowboys,
Yeah.
and somebody's paid really well to be,
You know, I have experience with this corporate mascot thing.
Yeah.
My friend who played a corporate mascot, we paid him very well.
But he didn't have to
Very
wear a
well.
suit, a costume.
He did wear a costume.
He didn't have to wear like inside.
Oh, he wasn't inside a costume.
of stuffed
Yeah.
animal.
Well, he called it his costume.
Well, it was. He wore, a pair of overalls and a
Right.
hat. Oh, how the torture.
Yeah.
These people are
Well,
in these ovens.
But you try walking through a Las Vegas hotel lobby in overalls and a hat.
Oh.
I will not walk through the lobby in my costume, Alan. I'm not going to do that. He wouldn't do that.
Because he was ready to be accosted by his fans.
No, he just...
He thought it was out of character
he
for
just
such a
didn't.
wholesome character to be seen in a casino.
A lot of things were out of character for that wholesome character, but that man was the genesis of a lot of stories that I know. That's all I can say.
You're not going to refer to any particular one right now.
I will tell them at the Oaked Barbecue Bash Blowout, the first annual on June the 12th. I'll tell a few, I'm sure.
All right. Well, that's coming up. If anybody wants to get tickets to that, June the 12th, it's $15 a ticket for the food. And it's going to be, lots of stuff you can eat with your hands, really. It's going to be, but barbecue and things like that, right? What's the food they're serving?
All you can eat, sliders, sausage. There'll be a kind of a variety of
Yeah.
things. Wings, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, you got to pay for your drinks, y'all. We know how y'all drink. We can't afford, y'all going to put us out of business if you have us paying for your drinks. But hey, $15 for all that food. That's a great deal. Live music. We're going to be there hanging out. It's a Saturday night. Come on. You want to join us. Where do they go to get tickets?
They can go to the at Oaked BBQ Instagram in link in bio.
There you go.
Click link in bio and then
There is
tickets.
a finite number of tickets because we have, laws and capacity laws that we have to abide by. So make sure you get those before they're gone.
Sounds good.
All right, babe. I think
We talked about a lot. Guy dying in the leg of a stegosaurus.
Southwest Airlines.
Somebody waving their pimp hand strong
Yeah.
on a Southwest Airlines flight.
Yeah.
Cosmic mind-blowing orgasms.
Thanks to Barney.
Thanks to Barney.
I think we've pretty much covered a lot.
Sounds like a typical podcast.
We covered a lot in a little amount of time. We got to go watch some baseball, all-American sport. Our son Dylan is a rock star on the ball field, and we're excited about a good game tonight, the last one of this baseball season for the Cubbies. Go Cubbies.
Until they are in the tournament or whatever.
Oh, I thought this is it.
No, I think there may be a tournament after
Oh,
this.
I hope he plays really well, but
Tournament.
I'm okay if they don't go to the tournament.
Or as they say in the South, a tournament.
Yeah.
Tournament.
Tournament. All right.
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Thank you to all of you who are currently serving in our armed forces and our military, and those of you who are family members of those who serve, for those of you who have lost family members, because really Memorial Day is about those who have sacrificed it all, right, and lost their lives. So we really appreciate that we're able to come on the air and do this nonsense because we have the freedom to do so. We're aggravated by a lot of stuff going on, but we still live in the best country in the world. I'm proud to be an American, and it's thanks in large part to the men and women who have fought for our freedoms to do so.
Agree with you 100%. We stand on the shoulders of giants that came before us, babe. All right. Well, I'm sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.